All right, we are live. First Pistons broadcast in about a week. Missed this, man. Very happy and fortunate and blessed to be a part of the stream tonight, man. We got the Detroit Pistons taking on the Milwaukee Bucks Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, man. We got a full, healthy squad tonight. Jaden Ivey is cleared and active, and he is expected to play tonight. Starting five for the Pistons: Cade, Duncan Robinson, Ausar, Tobias, and Duren. So we got our whole starting five back. Ivey's going to get slowly acclimated into the rotation, but this is going to be a very interesting ball game here. Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, Kyle Kuzma, Portis, and Turner on the floor here for the Milwaukee Bucks. And we are going to get things tipping off and ready to rock and roll. What's going on, Rocker? How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you stopping into the stream. Looking forward to it, man. Pistons have won 11 straight basketball games. They're looking for their 12th straight win tonight. Going on the road. No Giannis tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's a huge loss for Milwaukee tonight. As well as Kevin Porter. No Kevin Porter in this one either. So Milwaukee's missing their two best players, and the Pistons are finally starting to get fully healthy. Tip-off is underway, and we are ready to rock and roll. Tip is controlled by Milwaukee, and they're to full court. Ausar on ball here. Milwaukee looking to set up their offense. Gets it back outside, top of the key here. Pistons trying to swarm the Bucks here. Penetrate back outside to Bobby Portis for three. Hits it to go. Bobby Portis hits a huge three to start off the game. Bucks take a 3-0 lead, and the Pistons come back down the floor here. I believe so. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet, but he just knocked it down. So Cade with the basketball. Coming back the other way, inside of Jalen Duren. Duren going straight at Portis. Duren knocks it down for a nice, easy layup. 3-2 basketball game. Yeah, Giannis is not playing tonight. So no Giannis, no Kevin Porter for the Milwaukee Bucks. Back the other way, here come the Milwaukee Bucks here. Skips it across court to Kyle Kuzma, who's guarded by Cade. Kuzma driving on Cade. Kuzma off the rim, no good. Cade with the rebound. Back the other way, here come the Pistons. Cade to full court, trying to set up the offense. Posting up inside, back outside of Duncan Robinson from the right wing for three, and he hits it to go. Duncan Robinson joins the party here. 5-3 basketball game. Milwaukee Bucks coming back down the floor. 10:45 left to play here in the first quarter. Bobby Portis sets it up, guarded by Jalen Duren at the top of the key here. Gets it back outside to Hollins, who's swarmed by Cade. Miles Turner at the top of the key gets it back to Harris. Harris looking to drive, going at Jalen Duren. Swings it back outside to Bobby Portis. Harris for three. No good. Duncan Robinson with the rebound. The Pistons come back the other way here. Jalen Duren to full court, leading the show. Tobias Harris checks into the game, and he gets it to go. Count the bucket and the foul. Welcome back, Tobias Harris, and he's going to be going to the free throw line to get the three-point play, man. The much-anticipated wait for Jaden Ivey is about to happen tonight. I think he's going to come in the second rotation. He is cleared and active to play tonight. So that is a big, big get-back for the Detroit Pistons. Ivey, huge part of our young core. Cannot wait to see him check into this game. Tobias Harris at the free throw line. Off the rim here, no good. Can't complete the three-point play, and Bobby Portis comes up with the rebound here. So Ryan Rollins to full court here, guarded by Ausar Thompson at the top of the key. 10 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Hollins working on Ausar. Ausar almost had it. Back outside to Harris at the top of the key. Kyle Kuzma tries to set it up here. Back outside to Rollins. Rollins thought about a three. Turner sets a screen. Double teamed, and the Pistons, phenomenal defense, forcing a shot clock violation, and the Pistons are coming back the other way with the basketball. Doc Rivers, the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks here. This is his 27th season as a head coach in the NBA. That is unbelievable if you think about it. 1998 was his first season. What's going on, Kenny? How you doing? Ausar with the basketball, back outside to Cade. Cade working to set up the offense here. Cade guarded by Kuzma. Cade going, driving, slamming it home. Cade Cunningham with authority, driving to his right, burned Kyle Kuzma, and a nice easy dunk for Cade Cunningham to start off this game. 9-3, that's Cade's first points of the game here. 9:25 left to play here in the first quarter. Hollins with the basketball, swings it back outside to Portis. Portis to Miles Turner from the right wing. No good. Boarded by Jalen Duren. Pistons back the other way. Jalen Duren to full court, going coast to coast. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Bobby Portis back the other way. Kuzma driving inside at Cade. Kuzma off the rim. Boarded by Cade. Back the other way, here come the Pistons. Asar Thompson with the basketball, setting up the offense here. Guarded by the Milwaukee Bucks, working inside on Hollins, working a post up. Mid-range jump shot is no good. Boarded by Miles Turner, and the Milwaukee Bucks are with it back the other way with the basketball. Bucks for three, hits it to go. Huge hoop from the Milwaukee Bucks. And Harris hits it down from the right wing. AJ Green, 48% on threes this year. That's fifth best in the NBA. AJ Green knocks it down. Back outside Tobias. Tobias at the top of the key. Pistons back the other way. Duren guarded by Miles Turner. Duren working inside. Looks like he lost the handle, but it's somehow back to Asar Thompson. Duren made like a pass from his back, got it to Asar, and Asar puts it in from the left side. Pistons go up 11-6 here. Asar Thompson with the steal, back the other way. Him and Tobias, nobody guarding him, and Asar Thompson with the easiest dunk he's had all season long. Pistons go up 13-6, and the Milwaukee Bucks take a timeout here. What authority and vengeance from this Pistons team. Jaden Ivey's fired up on the sidelines. Very curious for his return. Cade going coast to coast earlier. And we love to freaking see it, man. We got a commercial break coming up for you guys once again. Yeah, Kenny, 11 in a row for the Detroit Pistons. They're the highest team in the NBA right now. And there's a chance we could win 12 straight games tonight if we hold down the fort. Bucks are a good team here. No Giannis and no Kevin Porter for the Bucks tonight. But this Pistons team lost 28 games in a row 2 years ago. And it's been unbelievably remarkable to see the turnaround that JB Bickerstaff has made throughout this entire progress with Trajan Langdon running the show in the front office. It's weird because Troy Weaver was the Pistons GM, and he made some really great draft picks. Like, he drafted Cade, he drafted Asar, he drafted Jaden Ivey. Those are some pretty big pieces. He traded up in the draft to get Jalen Duren. People forget that Charlotte actually traded with the Pistons. Duren was originally drafted by the Hornets, but the Pistons traded up to get Jalen Duren in the draft. Duren looks like he's going to be our starting center for the next decade. He's going to get a max contract extension this offseason. So this Pistons team has been outstanding to watch to start this season. And it's crazy to think that you could make the argument right now that the Pistons are the best team in Detroit right now, above the Lions, above the Tigers, and above the Red Wings. You have a borderline, I think, in my opinion, a top 5 player in the NBA in Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren has been absolutely balling out for this team. Tobias and Jaden Ivey are now back healthy. So has Asar and Beef Stew coming off the bench. If I'm a team in the Eastern Conference, I would not want to see the Pistons in the first round. Cade Cunningham, when he went through that whole 28-game losing streak 2 years ago, it's going to end up being one of the best things to ever happen to him because he has matured so well, and I am really looking forward to seeing Jaden Ivey check into this basketball game. The much-anticipated weighted return from Jaden Ivey. If he can take the step forward, this team could legitimately come out of the Eastern Conference. If Jaden Ivey can become the Robin to Cade's Batman and he averages like 25 and 5 a night, this team, the sky is the limit for this basketball team, assuming we all stay healthy. You got one of the best two-way players in the NBA, growing with Asar Thompson, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Cade Cunningham, like I said, top 5 NBA player, I think, right now. This team is extremely intriguing as the season's going to progress here. So back from commercial break here. Cade Cunningham guarding Kyle Kuzma at the top of the key. Back outside to Bobby Portis, who is also looking to hit another 3 here in this game. Ryan Rollins off the mark here. Pistons back the other way. Asar Thompson with the rebound here. Pistons back the other way to full court. Asar working back outside Tobias Harris. Right wing 3, no good. Jalen Duren tried to get it back, but it's going to be rebounded by Bobby Portis, and the Bucks are coming back the other way with the basketball. Asar Thompson knocked that out of bounds. Going to stay here with Milwaukee. So 7:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Pistons 13, Bucks 6. I was out of town this past week. I was in Florida, so I really wanted to call some of these basketball games, but I thought for sure that the winning streak was going to stop, but we just kept freaking winning. And there's a chance we could win 12 in a row tonight, and it could be absolutely insane. What's going on, Dina? How you doing? Yeah, Pistons-Knicks could be crazy. That could be a crazy Eastern Conference Finals. We got to stay healthy, though, because, again, you got the Bucks and Giannis. You got the Sixers and Embiid and Paul George. The Cavs are still really good, so we got to see what happens here. Bobby Portis from the left wing knocks it down. Huge jumper for the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Bucks cut it down to a 13-9 deficit here. So Bucks are 3 for 5 from 3. Pistons are 1 for 2, with Duncan Robinson knocking down a 3 in this game. Cade Cunningham, step back 3, hits it to go. Cade Parker Cunningham joins the 3-point party, and the Pistons regain the 16-9 lead here. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe. If you guys are new, hit the follow button, man. Welcome to the party. Bobby Portis with the basketball. Back outside to Kyle Kuzma at the top of the key. Swings it back outside to Bobby Portis. Tries it again. Banks it in from the top of the key. Did he call bank? Who knows? Bobby Portis, though, he has hit his third 3 of the game, though. Duncan Robinson with the basketball. Gets it back outside Jalen Duren. Duren driving to the left. Gets it to go. Nice move against Miles Turner for him to go to the rack. He just celebrated his 22nd birthday, by the way. The sky's the limit for Jalen Duren. I am seeing a lot of Dwight Howard in Jalen Duren to start his career here. Beef Stew has checked into the game here for the Pistons. Not really sure how many minutes Jaden Ivey's going to play tonight, but they did say he is active and ready to go. He got scratched as a game time decision out, questionable whether he was going to play, but he has his warm-ups on the sideline, so looking forward to seeing it. Karis LeVert also checks into the game here for the Pistons. Kyle Kuzma with the basketball back outside the right wing, guarded by Beef Stew. Back outside to AJ Green, thought about a 3, working inside to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma working on Cade, gets it to go for a nice easy hoop, and the Bucks take a 4-point deficit, 18-14. Karis LeVert with the basketball, driving baseline. Back outside to Beef Stew from the corner for 3. No good. Boarded by Bobby Portis. Here come the Bucks back the other way to full court. Bobby Portis working on Duncan Robinson. Back outside to Kyle Kuzma. Bobby Portis working on Cade Cunningham. A mismatch on the post here. Let's see if Bobby Portis takes advantage of it. Bobby Portis swarmed, double teamed by Jalen Duren. Back inside to Kyle Kuzma. Puts up a shot, and he's going to be fouled by Beef Stew. And Kyle Kuzma is going to be shooting a pair of free throws here. 5:34 to play here in the first quarter. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Pistons, Bucks. This is my first broadcast back in like a week. I was very anxious to come back here, and a lot of people realize Jaden Ivey is back and healthy. We're gonna see him hopefully come into this game, ideally in the second string unit here. They don't want to rush Jaden Ivey yet, but there he comes. Jaden Ivey has walked onto the floor to replace Duncan Robinson. Jaden Ivey has taken the court for the Detroit Pistons. This is the first time that Jaden Ivey has played since January 1st of last season. He played a little bit in the preseason, but it is such a good sight to see Jaden Ivey step onto the floor here for the Pistons. Him and Cade have had very little time to work with together. Kyle Kuzma knocks down both of these free throws. This is going to be really interesting to see. Motor City loves this right now. Cade Cunningham with the basketball, back outside to Karis LeVert. Outside to Cade. Jalen Duren setting up the screen here. Duren working inside to Beef Stew. Beef Stew working under the rim on Miles Turner. Beef Stew gets it to go. Left-handed layup up and in. 20-16 basketball game. And the Bucks come back the other way here. So Hollins with the basketball back the other way for the Bucks, guarded by Cade Cunningham. Hollins back outside to Kuzma, who's working on LeVert. Switches it back outside to AJ Green, who's swarmed by Karis LeVert. Still hasn't really reached inside the paint yet. Now it officially goes inside. Kyle Kuzma working on Cade. Back outside to AJ Green for 3. Green hits it to go. Gets it to go. 20-19 basketball game. Under 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Cade Cunningham going left side baseline. Inside to Jalen Duren for the slam. What a assist from Cade Cunningham to Jalen Duren inside. Bucks didn't see it coming, and the Pistons regain a 3-point lead here. Back outside to Bobby Portis, working inside to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma blocked by Beef Stew. Pistons back the other way. Jalen Duren to full court. Duren outside to Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham back top of the key. Jaden Ivey for 3 from the left wing. No good. That's Jaden Ivey's first shot that he's taken in a game since January 1st. You love to see it, man. 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Stolen away by Cade Cunningham. Back the other way for the Pistons. Cade Trying to get an open man here. Beef Stew, top of the key for three. Hits it to go. Beef Stew knocks it down, and the Pistons take a 6-point lead. You love to see it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Isaiah Stewart. Bucks with the basketball back the other way. Karis LeVert guarding AJ Green, back outside of the top of the key. Hollins with the basketball. Miles Turner tries for three, top of the key. No good. Boarded by Beef Stew. And the Pistons come back the other way with the basketball here. Cade Cunningham to full court, working inside Jalen Duren. Duren, turnaround, jump shot, no good. Jaden Ivey has checked into the game for the Detroit Pistons. This is his first time checking in since January 1st. A much-awaited return here. Beef Stew rejecting Kyle Kuzma at the rim. Back the other side. Jaden Ivey with the basketball. Inside of Jalen Duren. Gets fouled, and Jalen Duren is going to go into the free throw line. So we've had a couple opportunities for Jaden Ivey to hit a couple shots. Still trying to find his rhythm here. Again, he's got to get acclimated in this offense because he hasn't really played since January 1st. But you love to see it, man. Such good news if you're a Pistons fan. Jaden Ivey is on the floor right now for the Pistons. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Jalen Duren at the stripe here. Pistons 25, Milwaukee 19. First free throw on the way here for Jalen Duren. Is up, and it's off the mark here. Duren's got 6 points, 2 assists in this game as well. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everyone? Hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. It helps out the stream. And if you guys want, you can change your mind afterwards, and I won't be offended. I might cry in a corner, but that's neither here or there. Duren at the top of the key here, working to make his second free throw hit for the Pistons. Duren's second free throw is no good, so Duren misses both free throws here, and the Bucks regain the basketball here. Dennis Jenkins checks into the game here to take out Cade Cunningham for a breather. So Jenkins is working on the Bucks right now. AJ Green, top of the key, guarded by Jaden Ivey, switches back to Beef Stew. Back inside for the Bucks for a slam. Milwaukee gets it to go here. That is Sims with the dunk there. And the Pistons are coming back the other way here. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everyone? So the Pistons take a timeout here, and we got another commercial break underway. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everyone? Pistons 25, Bucks 21. Up 4 with 2:55 left to play here in the first quarter. Jaden Ivey is on the floor. He still doesn't have any points yet, but he took 1 3, was off the mark, and he's trying to get his groove back here. So, love to see it, man. Again, stay healthy. This team, the crazy thing is the Pistons won 11 games in a row without their starting 5. I mean, literally, they had their second and third string unit on the floor here. They didn't have Cade, they didn't have Asar, they didn't have Jaden Ivey, they didn't have Tobias. Duren missed a couple games. And now you're starting to fully see what a legit, healthy offense does for the floor spacing for Cade Cunningham. Duncan Robinson, he had a couple rough games to start the season, but he's really progressed into the three-point role that we need him to be. We're hoping to get Karis LeVert the same amount of minutes as well to knock down some big shots off the bench for us. Same with Beef Stew. Beef Stew have missed a couple games as well. I cannot emphasize how much of a piece Isaiah Stewart is for this defense. And I kid you not, had Isaiah Stewart been healthy against the Knicks last year in the playoffs, who knows if that series goes 7 games or not. Because when Isaiah Stewart checked out of the game, the Pistons lost all kinds of momentum, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Now he's back and healthy. He is such a great rim protector that is very underrated in the NBA right now. So I want to do a Lions game tomorrow, Kenny, but my family's in town. They're not going to be here for Thanksgiving, so they're kind of like having like a get together tomorrow. So I'm going to be going over there as well. I thought about it, but yeah, we won't be doing a Lions game tomorrow. But I will say Thursday, Thanksgiving, we definitely will be doing a Thanksgiving game for the Lions and Packers for 1 p.m. Definitely looking forward to that. So. Good deal, man. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Pistons, Bucks in a commercial break. No Kevin Porter, no Giannis for the Bucks tonight. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I want to see the stars. I want to see players healthy. And I don't really want to wish injuries upon anybody. And it's cool to see, as a basketball fan, Giannis play because Giannis is a top 5 player in the world right now. So it kind of sucks he isn't playing tonight, but It is what it is. I also know we got a couple Milwaukee fans joining us as well, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a heck of a squad, and like I said, if Giannis is healthy, you guys could legit win the East. Same with Kevin Porter back, so definitely interesting. But again, right? It's crazy that the Pistons are the 1 seed right now. Like, if you told me 2 years ago when I covered this team and we lost 28 games in a row, I was thinking there's no shot, and I would be happy for a play-in spot right now. Like, progression 2 years ago to now, and now we're the 1 seed in the East. It's insane. Detroit Pistons are back on the floor here, back from commercial break here. Three-pointer from Dennis Jenkins, I believe, was off the mark here, so the Pistons are going to be coming back the other way for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pistons 25, Bucks 21. 2:30 left to play here in the first quarter. AJ Green, top of the key for three. No good. Boarded by Ron Holland, who has checked into the basketball game. Jaden Ivey running with the second unit right now. Karis LeVert, Beef Stew, Jenkins, Holland, and Ivey with the basketball. Ivey back outside, working inside. Jaden Ivey all the way to the hole. He's going to be called for an offensive foul. Looked like he kind of pushed off, used his elbow, so they're going to call an offensive foul on Jaden Ivey. That's all right. I like the take, though. So, pretty freaking fantastic. What's up, Do Kwon? How you doing? I got Kuzma under 13.5. And there you go. Yeah, Jaden Ivey kind of elbowed the player in the face a little bit. So, totally unintentional, but Bucks are coming back the other way here. So, Bucks with the basketball. Bobby Portis guarded by Ron Holland on the left wing. Portis working on Holland back outside for the Bucks. Top of the key here for three. No good for the Bucks. Back inside to Ron Holland with the basketball. Karis LeVert coast to coast back the other way for the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart sets a hard screen, and he's going to get called for a moving screen at the top of the key. So an offensive foul called on Isaiah Stewart. JB Bickerstaff doesn't like it on the sidelines. But the refs are going to call a heavy screen on Isaiah Stewart, and the Bucks regain control here of the board. Bucks all the way outside to Bobby Portis for three. Top of the key is good. Bobby Portis, that is his fourth made three of the basketball game. And the Pistons are coming back the other way here. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball trying to set up the offense. Bobby Portis is perfect from three right now. Jaden Ivey with the basketball. Jaden Ivey working back outside to Karis LeVert. Left wing three. No good. Bucks with the rebound. 25-24 basketball game. A minute left to play here in the first quarter. Bucks with the basketball. Working outside to Bobby Portis. Inside now, posting up on Karis LeVert. Bobby Portis trying to go to work on Karis LeVert. Portis, turnaround left, jump shot, hook is up and in. And the Bucks take the first lead of the game here. 26-25. Well, second lead, counting from 3-0 to start the first field goal. Jaden Ivey, top of the key, working on the Bucks. Back outside to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins inside to Ron Holland. Karis LeVert thought about a three, working baseline. Mid-range jump shot, no good. And the Bucks regain control, coming back the other way for the Milwaukee Bucks here. So the Bucks stolen away by Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert working on the other way. Jaden Ivey coast to coast. Jaden Ivey, right-handed layup is good. Jaden Ivey, his first basket since January 1st of the Detroit Pistons. You love to see that, man. Jaden Ivey, welcome back, getting his first points back as a Piston since January 1st. It's been a long-awaited return for number 23 for the Pistons. You love to see it, man. Glad to get this team fully healthy. Bucks from the left side here. Take a three off the mark here. Try to save it in bounds. It's going to be going back to Detroit. 7 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Great to see Jaden Ivey getting back on this team. Again, a giant boost of energy. Ivey's going to be checking out of the game here. But you love to see it, man. Cade's going to check back in here for the Pistons. Maybe get one more possession here before the second quarter happens. But we love to see it, man. Jaden Ivey, this is a contract extension prove-it year for him. And Cade and Ivey just haven't really played a lot together because either one was injured or the other one was injured. Still trying to get their flow of things here. Cade with the basketball, 4 seconds. Crosses half court. And it's going to be a foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks on the floor here, though. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. So 2 seconds left to play here. Jackson Jr. is going to be called for the foul here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Cade, Beef Stew, Karis LeVert, Dennis Jenkins, all on the floor here for the Pistons. Kuzma checks back into the game here for the Pistons. Cole Anthony checks out of the game for the Bucks. 2 seconds left to play here. Cade looking to inbound. Cade back outside Duncan Robinson. Top of the 3 for 3. Good. Hits it to go. Duncan Robinson, top of the key, knocks it down for the 3. And the Pistons take a 4-point lead heading into the second quarter. Love to see it, man. Pistons, 44% from 3 right now. Duncan Robinson's leading the way. He's got 8 points right now. Cade's got 3 rebounds and 5 assists right now for the Pistons. But Duncan Robinson, I tell you what, man, he is shooting the lights out. Like the past couple of games, Duncan Robinson, every time he has touched the ball for us, he has been lights out automatic. And I love to see it because, again, we were wondering to see what was going to happen with no Malik Beasley when, that whole thing escalated off the court. Who's going to step up from the 3-point shot? We do have Tobias. Cade can, shoot threes whenever he wants. We need a consistent knockdown 3-point shooter, and Duncan Robinson has filled in that role tremendously. So I love the fact that this team just buys into the culture. We just have such a great group of guys that just know the history of this team. Cade knows it. And he was actually on an interview with KD, I think a week ago on some YouTube video I saw, and Cade was super thrilled to come to Detroit. They said in the interview that he didn't really want to go to Cleveland because Cleveland was one of the lottery teams when they were, getting the number 1 pick, specifically because of LeBron. He didn't really want to take over like LeBron's name essentially, so he wanted to start fresh, either with the Houston Rockets or the Detroit Pistons. The ping pong ball fell our way, and we are thrilled to have Cade in the Motor City, the motorcade. For a young team like the Pistons, do you think winning the NBA Cup, what would do for their confidence? Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think we're 2-0 in the NBA Cup right now. We got the Celtics, I think, Wednesday. That's the next Group Cup game for the Pistons. It's kind of a cool little trophy. It definitely builds some chemistry and camaraderie, for confidence moving forward. But obviously, this team wants to go far in the postseason. But again, it's going to come down to Jaden Ivey and his health. The interesting thing right now is the Pistons, when Jaden Ivey got injured last year, we went on this crazy run. We got the 6th seed and made the playoffs, lost to the Knicks. But again, there hasn't really been a lot of playing time with Jaden Ivey yet back in this offense. But if Jaden Ivey can perform at an all-star level, you're going to have Asar, Cade, Jaden Ivey, Duren, and Tobias on the wing with Duncan Robinson shooting threes. That is a legit young offense that could be promising in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs this year, especially since the Pacers and the Celtics are not healthy and they're not right this year. So the sky is the limit for the Pistons here. What's up, BD? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, dude. All right, so 12 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball coming back the other way. Beef Stew sets the screen for Jenkins. Jenkins rolls right side around it. He's going to throw it out of bounds, though, off of Ron Holland's hands and turns it over. And the Milwaukee Bucks and Cole Anthony back the other way for the Bucks here. Cole Anthony working on Dennis Jenkins. Cole Anthony, left side, trying to set up the offense here. It switches over to Duncan Robinson. Cole Anthony double-teamed at the left side here. Cole Anthony trying to get it to go. Turns it over, stolen away by Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson back the other way. Working inside to Javonte Green, who initially took the shot, dished it off to Ron Holland, though. And I believe it's going to be a foul call on Cole Anthony for a blocking foul. I believe that's what they're going to call it here. So it's going to stay here with the Pistons. And Javonte Green, I don't know. I can't really tell if it was an offensive foul or not. No, so they did call it an offensive foul. So Cole Anthony did take the charge on Javonte Green. The Bucks get it back the other way. My mistake. Working back outside for the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee looking to shoot it from the wing, guarded by Javonte Green. Top of the key for Miles Turner. Turner back outside to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony dishes it inside. Alley-oop. It gets it to go for the Bucks, and the Bucks cut it back down to 2 here. He just needs to get some good minutes to fit right in. Yeah, I agree, BD, for sure. Stolen away by the Bucks. Here come the Bucks back the other way. Javonte Green is going to get called for the foul. And Javonte Green goes into the stands, barrels over, and Javonte Green literally goes into the third row behind the backboard. Jackson Jr. was going at the rim, and Javonte Green was trying to prevent it, and they go flying into the stands. And Jackson Jr., I believe, is going to be shooting a pair of free throws here. But Javonte Green, bad pass, caught him on the back end here, and they literally went into the second, third row. Popcorn went flying everywhere. So that's funny to see, man. But full speed, man. The fans did not expect that whatsoever. So, good deal. So Jackson was going to go to the free throw line here, knock down a couple free throws for the Bucks. Javonte Green with a hard foul. Nothing personal, though. Just kind of got caught up in the moment here, kind of on a fast break. So the Bucks going to shoot a pair of free throws here. They're 70% from the line this season. That is the worst in the NBA currently for the Milwaukee Bucks. So Jackson, first free throw on the way, is no good. Pistons still have a 2-point lead here. 10:51 left to play here in the first half. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Yeah, Duran missed both of his free throws. That's a rare sight from Duran. Usually he knocks down both, if not at least one of them. So it's all right, though. They're going to take a breather here for a quick timeout, I believe. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Both benches are kind of talking to their head coaching staff right now here to get this back and rolling, though. So Jackson's told to shoot his second free throw here for the Bucks. Looks like they're taping up his right leg. So kind of a taping issue. They want to make sure he's okay, though. In your opinions, who's improved the most so far early in the season for the Pistons? Improved the most, definitely Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins has definitely earned a contract. He was a two-way player for us, and he has been balling out for the Pistons. Duran especially, I think Jalen Duran has become a max contract type of player. He's going to get a hefty bag in the offseason from this Pistons organization. He's been playing amazing to start this season. Jackson knocks down the second free throw. 1-point basketball game. Pistons 30, Milwaukee 29 here. Back the other way, here come the Pistons. Duncan Robinson works it outside to Javonte Green. You got Jenkins, Duncan Robinson, Javonte Green, Isaiah Stewart, and Ron Holland on the floor here for the Pistons. Jenkins back outside to Ron Holland from the right wing for three. No good. Jackson to full court here for the Bucks. Back outside to Cole Anthony. Miles Turner sets the screen. Jenkins working on Cole Anthony. Floater, jump shot is good, and the Bucks regain control here. 31-30 Milwaukee here. 10:17 left to play here in the first half. Jenkins with the basketball, top of the key here. Trying to set up the offense here. Beef Stew, backdoor cut. Beautiful pass from Jenkins, top of the key. Bucks completely lost Beef Stew, and Beef Stew under the rim gets a nice, easy slam. Cole Anthony, jump shot in the paint, gets it to go. Nice move from Cole Anthony. 33-32 Milwaukee. 9:50 left to play here in the first half. Javonte Green back outside to Ron Holland. Jenkins top of the key for three. Jenkins hits it to go. Dennis Jenkins, 35-33 Pistons. Jenkins has solidified himself as the backup point guard on this team behind Cade Cunningham. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens, what they do with Marcus Sasser. He's another guy that I think has a lot of potential, but Jenkins has just been balling out for the Pistons. Cole Anthony, top of the key, working on Dennis Jenkins. Cole Anthony for three, top of the key, airballs it way off the mark. And the Pistons are going to get control back here once again. If you guys are new to the stream, guys, do me a huge favor. Like the live stream, subscribe. It's free. It helps me out a ton. Let me know who's here in the chat. And welcome to the party, folks. Let me know if you guys are a Pistons fan, Bucks fans. Let me know who's here. Javonte Green working inside. Dennis Jenkins, nice assist. Javonte Green joins the scoring party. 37-33 Pistons. Back the other way for the Milwaukee Bucks, working outside to Miles Turner, who's guarded by Javonte Green in the left corner. And it's going to be a reach and foul call on Dennis Jenkins. Both teams still not in the bonus. They still have a bunch of fouls to give here. So 8:55 left to play here in the first quarter. Or second quarter, excuse me. But Jaden Ivey stepped on the floor. We're going to see how many minutes he plays tonight from JB Bickerstaff. Still kind of trying to approach him cautiously, but he did score in this game. He has an assist, I believe, as well, so you'd love to see it, man. Jaden Ivey, welcome back, dude. Miles Turner, top of the key, thought about it. It's going to be stolen away by Ron Holland, who gets it up to Javonte Green. Javonte Green slams it home, 39-33, and the Bucks take a timeout here. Commercial break underway here. Pistons go up 39-33 here on the Milwaukee Bucks, man. You love to see it. The red-hot 11-game win streak. Detroit Pistons, first place in the Eastern Conference. This team has been the surprise of the season right now, man. You love to see it. Listen, Pistons fans deserve this. We went through absolute hell 2 years ago. Getting Tom Gores to sell the team chance. We were the worst franchise in the NBA for many years. We got the 5th pick in the draft 4 consecutive seasons. Or 3 or 4 consecutive seasons. And listen, we got a nice young core foundation out of it. Eventually, we did get Cade Cunningham, the number 1 overall pick. He's been an absolute monster this season for us. He's probably going to be an all-star. He is legitimately in the MVP conversation. If the Pistons get the 1 seed to finish off the season, how do you not put Cade Cunningham in the MVP conversation? I know you got Giannis, you got Luka, SGA, the Joker, Wemby's even in that conversation. But when you get the number 1 overall draft pick, you have to hit or you're screwed. You're going to set your franchise back at least another 5 to 10 years if you don't hit. And Cade Cunningham, was kind of injured his rookie season, the second half of his rookie season. Scotty Barnes eventually won the Rookie of the Year award over Cade, which was absolutely ludicrous. And Cade, he's been getting acclimated to this offense, but when his first couple seasons when he was on the Pistons, he had guys like Frank Jackson, he had Jeremy Grant, he had Bojan Bogdanovic. Those were his best players. Okay, this is before Ivey, this is before Asar, this is before Jalen Duren. He didn't really have that much help and not much shooting. I mean, Joe Harris, like Troy Weaver, there's a reason why he's not the GM anymore, but it's kind of funny because he literally built this core, like 90% of this young core right now, but he was horrible in free agency. But yeah, absolutely insane. What's up, Logical Raptor? How you doing, dude? How many games did Cade play? That's a good question. I mean, Scotty Barnes did play a full healthy season over Cade, and rightfully so. Like, Scotty Barnes had a great rookie season, but I think a big part of why Cade did not win was because he was injured. But I'm going to ask you the same question, Logical. Who would you rather have on your team, Scotty Barnes or Cade Cunningham? It's no contest, right? So you see the young progression over this team, and I think injuries do come into factor, but overall talent-wise, it's not even close. So appreciate you stopping in, though, Logical. Raptors have a nice little young core themselves going on in the East. Watch out for the Raptors. They could actually make some noise. I like what they're doing over there. So 8:40 left to play here. Coming back from commercial break. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Welcome to the show. Tobias Harris loves it on the bench. Brandon Jennings is in the building for the Pistons on the broadcast booth. 9 NBA season. So, yeah, not too shabby, man. Yeah, Scotty Barnes has a lot of potential. I like his game, but Cade's on another level. Respectfully speaking. Beef Stew with the basketball back outside of Duncan Robinson. Inside to Ron Holland, working on Miles Turner, and it looks like it's going to stay here with Pistons basketball. So 39-33, 8:33 left to play here in the first half. Brandon Jennings had a couple nice young seasons with the Pistons. Averaged 15, 7, and 2. Back outside of Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins works on the loop around here. Jump shot is good. Dennis Jenkins, I'm telling you, this guy came absolutely out of nowhere, all right? This guy was a two-way player. He was mostly in the G League for us, and injuries happened. He got his come up here. He made the roster to start the season, and he has been playing phenomenally for the Pistons to start the year. Ron Holland Working outside on A.J. Green. A.J. Green for three, off the rim here, boarded by Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins back the other way for the Pistons. Jenkins working on the top of the key, back outside to Javonte Green, right wing for three, hits it to go. Javonte Green knocks it down, and the Pistons take an 11-point lead here with 7:45 left to play here in the second quarter. Back the other way for the Milwaukee Bucks. Beef Stew swarming Miles Turner, back outside Javonte Green now guarding Miles Turner. A.J. Green trying to get involved here. Gets the basketball, working inside on Beef Stew. Turnaround fadeaway jump shot, no good. Boarded by Duncan Robinson. Dennis Jenkins the other way for the Pistons. Jenkins working on A.J. Green, coast to coast. Gets it to go. Dennis Jenkins has been playing absolutely phenomenal to start this game for the Pistons here. Knocking down back-to-back floaters for the Pistons. And the Bucks take a timeout here. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. Appreciate you guys all tuning in the stream tonight. Got another commercial break coming up. Pistons 46, Bucks 33. But listen, I mean, you're talking about a wide open Eastern Conference this year. And, you know, we're going to see what happens if Joel Embiid can get healthy for the Sixers. You know, Knicks are going to be in the conversation, but the Raptors are the 2 seed right now. They've been playing well to start the season. You know, you got Ingram, Barrett, Scotty Barnes. They're putting together a nice young little core in the Eastern Conference. But again, it's kind of all over the place right now. Like you would have thought that, like, assuming the injuries didn't happen, like Boston, Indiana, I would have assumed would have been in the mix, at least the bottom of the play-in games right now. But you got Orlando, who I kind of expected to take that leap. They kind of started off sluggish to start the year. They kind of climbed themselves up the ladder now. They're at the 7 seed right now in the Eastern Conference. But I think it's kind of rightfully, that's kind of where it's going to be for the rest of the year. You're going to have, like, I mean, I would be personally shocked if the Pistons finish as the 1 seed. I mean, that would be insane. If you go from losing 28 games in a row 2 years ago to the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, that would be crazy. But at the same time, you know, you're going to have Cleveland, who's a really, really good basketball team. The Knicks are going to be in the conversation. The Magic are going to be a really tough out once they get their kind of, you know, chemistry going on with Desmond Bane, Wagner, and Paolo, who's pretty much unguardable in the Eastern Conference. West is a whole other animal. I think you got juggernauts everywhere in the West. But if you take a look in the Eastern Conference right now, I don't think you can confidently say who the runaway clear team is in the Eastern Conference. In the West, probably going to be the Thunder and the Nuggets. Maybe the Lakers if LeBron comes back and is LeBron at age 40, but I don't know. It's tough to say, but you're going to have the Thunder and the Nuggets in a league of their own in the West. But if you take a look at the East, it's really wide open right now. Like, I don't think there's really a team in the Eastern Conference that you can say has solidified themselves as, yeah, they're definitely going to win the East. So, yeah, not too shabby. But yeah, you know, Raptors, you know, when you guys won the finals with Kawhi, that was super cool to see. You know, there's certain teams in the NBA that, you know, I do like to root for if it's not for the Pistons. But I was thrilled when you guys beat the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals years ago, and Kawhi hit that crazy buzzer beater. So, like to say, appreciate you stopping in, Logical. Back top of the key here. Bucks come back from commercial break, knocks it down here. Huge hoop from A.J. Green. A.J. Green's been balling out for the Bucks from the three-point line to start the season. 7 minutes left to play here in the first half here. 9 points, 3 for 6 for A.J. Green. B-ball Paul Reed is checked in the game here for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham also checks back in. Back outside, Duncan Robinson, who thought about a 3, working on Miles Turner. Outside to Asar, works it all the way around to Cade Cunningham for 3, no good. Back outside to A.J. Green with the rebound, coming back the other way for the Sixers. 10-point basketball game. Bucks, top of the key, guarded by Cade Cunningham, working inside to Miles Turner. Turner thought about a 3, guarded by Paul Reed, gets it back inside to Bobby Portis, and Javonte Green gets the turnover. He almost stole it, but it was last touched by the Bucks. So we're going to see what happens here. Yeah, Ingram's a nice player. I thought the Pistons maybe should have made a move for Brandon Ingram in free agency. I mean, we had Tobias Harris, but Ingram, when he's healthy, he can be a legit stretch four. So I like Ingram as a player as well. What's going on, Dwayne? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Pistons won the East. I'm a Celtics fan. It's crazy, dude. Like, Celtics ran the East forever, and I think when Tatum comes back, you guys are going to be right in that conversation. Tatum and Brown are probably the best duo in the East right now. You could make the argument for maybe Brunson and Cat, Donovan Mitchell and Mobley with the Cavs. I think eventually Cade and Duran, I think, are going to be getting to that level. Cade is, I think, elite in another category right now. Duran's trying to get there. But, yeah, I love to see it so far, man. Appreciate you guys all tuning in the stream. Though, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Let me know whose team you guys are a fan of. I'm pretty knowledgeable to an extent when it comes to basketball. Like, we do like the play-by-play streams for the Lions games, baseball, hockey, but basketball I'm probably the most familiar with in terms of knowledge about. They're going to be challenging this play here to see if it was deflected off of a Milwaukee Buck or not. So currently in a coach's challenge right now. Javonte Green and Bobby Portis were kind of swiping at it, and it looks like, it's tough to say, it looked like it kind of hit off Bobby Portis' fingertips right there. So, not too shabby. Yeah, I was rooting for the Blue Jays, dude. Like, I can't stand the Dodgers, and I really wanted the Blue Jays to win the World Series, and it's a shame that didn't happen, but the Blue Jays have a good team here, so good to go. Appreciate you topping in, LG. What's going on, dude? 46-36 basketball game. 6:23 left to play here in the first half. The Bills and MLSE are tied together more now. Interesting. Coach's challenge here for the Bucks. They're going to see if this ball actually came off of Bobby Portis' fingertips or not. It's going to be called as a defensive foul on Javonte Green, so it's going to go the other way. So the challenge was successful for the Milwaukee Bucks. That same coach won the East with Cleveland. Yeah, J.B. Bickerstaff, right? Or no, that was, who was that? I forgot who that was. Cleveland. Yeah, J.B. Bickerstaff, right? Well, he got fired by the Cavs and the Pistons picked him up. Oh, Jays, Leafs, Raptors. Oh, okay, I got you, for sure. So back the other way, coming back from commercial break here. Bucks with the basketball. Pistons 46, Bucks 36. 6 minutes left to play here in the first half. Bucks going at Paul Reed. Nice, tough shot from Hollins. Gets it to go here with a right-handed layup. Pistons 46, Bucks 38. Asar Thompson with the basketball working inside on A.J. Green. Gets it back outside to Tobias Harris. Tobias swings it around to Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson working outside back to Tobias, who is guarded by Miles Turner. Tobias, mid-range jump shot from the free throw line. Hits it to go. Tobias Harris, huge hoop from the stripe. Pistons 48, Bucks 38 here. Second quarter, 5:40 left to play here. Pistons still trying to control a 10-point lead here. A.J. Green off the mark from three from the right wing. Boarded by Tobias Harris. Cade Cunningham to full court. Cade working on Kyle Kuzma. Cade, right-handed floater. Layup is good. Pistons regain a 12-point lead here. Pistons 50, Bucks 38. I want to see Jaden Ivey check back in for the Pistons. Cade's got 7, 5, and 3 so far in this first half. Bucks with the basketball. Asar Thompson knocking down Ryan Rollins, who hits a corner jump shot, and the Pistons come back the other way. 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Asar with the basketball back outside to Cade Cunningham, who's guarded by Kyle Kuzma on the left wing. Cade outside Tobias. Corner three is no good, and the Bucks come back the other way. A.J. Green to full court. Green guarded by Tobias Harris. Kuzma working inside. Right-handed layup is up and in for the Bucks. 50-42 basketball game. Cade had it stolen away by the Bucks. and gets fouled. So Ryan Rollins with the steal and gets fouled here. Cade is not really happy with it. So 4:32 left to play here in the first half. Cade kind of wanted an offensive foul there. He felt he kind of got bodied when Rollins stole it from him. But the refs checked in favor with the Bucks. Jalen Duren's going to check back into this game here for the Pistons. Cade is a better player than Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I agree. All around, Mitchell is very good for the Cavs. It's just in certain situations, like I think I'd rather have Cade on my team. I mean, I'm trying to say that as non-biased as I possibly can. Cade with the basketball back outside to Asar. Asar working inside to Cade. Cade guarded by Hollins at the top of the key. Cade rejected by Miles Turner. Back the other way for the Bucks. Kyle Kuzma to full court. Bucks get it to go. Kyle Kuzma with a right-handed leaning floater. And the Bucks cut it down to 6 here. What's going on, baby Mansion? How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Kyle Kuzma, 8 points so far in the first half for the Bucks here. Cade Cunningham with the basketball working inside. Left-handed hook shot is no good, but it's going to be called a foul. And Cade's going to go to the free throw line here. Donovan Mitchell was legit at Louisville. He was legit. You mean Cade in college? Cade was good for Oklahoma State. I think, didn't they make the Sweet 16 in March Madness? I think they made the Sweet 16, then they got eliminated. But you can see, I mean, you just take a look at Cade's like overall growth, muscle mass comparison, like his rookie year to now. I mean, Cade has become a completely different player over the past couple seasons. This is Cade's fourth or fifth year in the NBA. Cade with the basketball, second free throw on the way. Cade hits both free throws here. Bucks come back the other way. Pistons 52, Bucks 44. Cade and D. Mitchell were both crazy in college. Back outside for the Bucks. Swarm the other way. Inside to Miles Turner. Kyle Kuzma for the corner three is good. Kyle Kuzma hits a huge hoop. Gets the deficit down to 5 here. 3:30 left to play here in the first half. Cade with the basketball. Duren sets the screen. Cade trying to get the offense set up. Backdoor cut. Karis LeVert hits it to go. Nice backdoor layup from Karis LeVert. Pistons 54, Bucks 47. So the Bucks regain possession here. Asar working on Rollins. Back outside to A.J. Green. Green thought about a three, working on Asar. Back outside to Bobby Portis, who's swarmed by Duren. Portis driving to the rim. Right-handed floater is no good. Boarded by Tobias. Tobias back the other way for the Pistons. Tobias, top of the key. Hits it to go. Big hoop from Tobias to Jalen Duren for the slam. Kind of like it was supposed to be an alley-oop, but Duren kind of fell backwards and kind of laid it in the air. Cade working on Rollins, and Cade's going to get called for the foul here. And Hollins is going to go to the free throw line. Rollins, excuse me. I keep wanting to say Hollins. It's Rollins for the Bucks. Rollins gets it to go. So Rollins is going to go to the free throw line and knock down a couple free throws here. The Celtics for Pistons. It's crazy. Like, and if you take into consideration that this was Cade's first playoff game against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, and I feel like he handled the pressure pretty well, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. Ryan Rollins hits the first free throw here. Talking about last season in terms of points per game improvement, Jalen Duren and Ryan Rollins are in the top 6 for most improved players from last season so far. Rollins misses the second free throw here. Duren with the basketball back the other way. Cade, 2:30 left to play here in the first half. Pistons 56, Bucks 48. Cade with the basketball, working inside, backdoor cut. What? That was interesting. How about that? Cade Cunningham dishes it to Duren, then Cade goes backdoor. Duren finds Cade, and Cade gets it to go for a slam. Usually it's the other way around, but Cade and Duren kind of reverse roles right there. That was interesting. Jaden Ivey checks into the game here for the last 2 minutes of the first half. Rollins, lefty floater layup is good the other way. Pistons 58, Bucks 50. Jaden Ivey to full court here. Working on A.J. Green. Jaden Ivey working to his left. Right-handed floater. It is going to be called on the floor, and it's going to stay here with the Pistons. So before the shot, Ivey was fouled, and it's going to stay here with the Pistons. Yeah, Judkins as well. Yeah, it's been an interesting progression here. Three-point shot is good for the Pistons. I don't know who hit that. It was shot before the camera switched around, so I don't know who exactly hit that because the camera didn't show it, but there was a three-point jump shot knocked down for the Pistons. Back the other way for Ryan Rollins. He gets it to go for a hoop here. Both teams are in the bonus. A minute 35 left to play here before halftime happens. Yeah, for sure, dude. But yeah, I mean, Celtics, they'll be just fine. Once Tatum comes back, Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I think Peyton Pritchard is an absolute stud. Cade Cunningham knocks down the first free throw here for the Pistons. I think it was a technical foul called on Ryan Rollins. He was kind of showboating back the other way for the Bucks. So, Cade knocks down the technical foul free throw here. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know who's here in the chat. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Bucks fans, Pistons fans. We got some Raptors fans in here, Celtics fans. I love it. Jaden Ivey from the left wing for three. Hits it to go. Jaden Ivey knocks down the three. The bench loves it. Jaden Ivey hits his first three in almost nearly a year, since January. Love to see it, man. Pistons regain a 13-point lead. Bucks the other way, back outside to Bobby Portis. Thought about a three, working inside. Floater is no good. Boarded by Jaden Ivey, working the other way. Jaden Ivey to coast. Jaden Ivey gives it up to Ausar Thompson. Ausar Thompson misses it. Back the other way for the Bucks. Under a minute left to play here in the first half. Rollins going all the way to the rim. Rollins doesn't get it to go. Back outside to AJ Green for three from the right wing is off the mark. And Ivey with the rebound. Jalen Duren coast to coast gives it up to Ausar. Ausar under the rim, and it's going to be staying with Detroit basketball off of AJ Green, lastly touched. Good stuff, man. But again, and this is going to be really curious. Does Trajan Langdon make a crazy move at the deadline? Does he let it just stay and develop with our young core? What does Trajan Langdon do here? Tobias Harris gets it in from Jaden Ivey. Tobias Harris working on the right corner here. Back outside to the top of the key. Tobias working on Bobby Portis. Spin move. Jump shot is good. Tobias Harris knocks down a hoop. And everybody's saying, oh, Pistons should trade for Lauri Markkanen. Well, it's yes, but Lauri Markkanen's a hell of a lot expensive than what we already have currently in Tobias Harris. I get Tobias Harris is way older and Lauri's way more promising, but they're going to want Ausar, Ivey, and a first-round pick. Pistons are not going to do it. Ausar Thompson with the steal, back the other way, coast to coast, and Ausar Thompson gets it to go. Ausar Thompson is incredibly difficult to score on. 11-2 run here. 2 seconds left to play in the first half. AJ Green from half court, way off the mark. Pistons take a 17-point lead at halftime. Absolutely diabolical. Pistons are on the brink of winning 12 games in a row here. Cade Cunningham, 15 points, 4 boards, 7 assists. Portis with 14, 5, and 3. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. Oh, yeah, Ivey and Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, if they were healthy against the Knicks, man, we don't know what would have happened. It ended in 6. It could have easily gone to 7 back to the Garden. And Knicks made some incredibly tough shots in that series down the stretch. Credit to Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. They made some very difficult shots there. So, absolutely crazy. I'd like to see a Raptors-Pistons Cup game. That'd be pretty fun as well. Yeah, 2 promising young cores going at it. That'd be pretty sweet to see. Yeah, I will admit, a lot of the wins that the Pistons have had to start the year, either their star player was missing or injured, like Bucks, no Giannis. When we played the Sixers twice, they did have Maxey healthy both those games, but Embiid was out, so was Paul George. When we played the Cavs, we got smoked. So, I love what I'm seeing so far. 11-game win streak, possibly 12 if we can wrap it up with the Bucks tonight. But that is also a fair point, is when we get to the Western Conference side of things, can this team also excel at the rate that they're doing so to start the year in the East? So, but again, we beat like the Houston Rockets. That's going to be a playoff team with, they were all healthy in that game. So, but yeah, in terms of down the stretch, because the NBA, it's so interesting because it's like a best of 7 when you get to the playoffs, right? So when you get blown out on like an every other night basis, where you have like these guys that will sit for load management, or they will just be unhealthy, or they can't get a full healthy starting 5 together, it's hard to say that, oh yeah, we beat them. Well, yes, you did, but to what extent and what cost as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I like the format. The NBA Cup is interesting. I get what Adam Silver's trying to do. In terms of like accomplishment, I don't really know if it does anything for the players. I mean, I think they get like a bonus if they win it all or something, but everybody wants to succeed in May and June. So that's where all of the marbles are held there. What's going on, David? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, dude. What's going on, David? What's up? Houston is trash right now. Yeah, I mean, like, it's so tough because we're only like a month in right now, so once you get into January, February, March, you're going to start to see these teams start to click. Like with the Magic, for example. Like the Magic did not start off good to start the year, but now they're climbing up in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks, they'll be fine. Because it's like, I think the intensity goes up in the playoffs. Because it feels weird watching regular season NBA games because there's 82 games, and a lot of it is kind of like loosey-goosey, easy peasy, like just kind of like coasting a little bit. But then when you get to the playoffs, it's a whole other atmosphere. And that's when I feel like these guys really start to turn it up. But the Magic are going to be on their way up here. We got a halftime break, by the way. I got to change this here. Halftime break, and we're good to go. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, in terms of the Western Conference, that is like, you got the Thunder and the Nuggets. I think the Spurs, it's really interesting because like the Spurs were on the downfall before they got Victor. They got Victor, and now they're like a top 3-4 team in the West. Pistons sucked forever, for many years. And then we get Cade, and Cade is kind of like on the rise, but then we had that 28-game losing streak, but then we had to switch coaches and GMs. We had Monty Williams, who's a horrific coach, and literally the only reason why Monty Williams coached that team is because Tom Gores, our owner, gave him a ridiculous contract that he couldn't say no to, because Monty Williams was coming off a finals appearance with the Phoenix Suns that previous season. So, but I cannot believe the Cavs got rid of JB Bickerstaff. I mean, JB did a phenomenal job with that young core, developing guys like Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Like, Cavs have a really solid young core over there. I mean, they're a top 3 team in the East, and I don't know, like, their current head coach, I mean, he won Coach of the Year last year. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, they got rid of him, I think, way too early, in my opinion. So, crazy. Appreciate you stopping in, David. Up by almost 20 at the half here. Got a good feeling about this one. Yeah, we got to stay, pedal to the metal. This is the first time, though, that the Pistons have had, like, a fully healthy team. We're missing guys like, I think, Bobby Klintman and Marcus Sasser, but you got the giant core back together. I mean, Duran's healthy, Ivey's healthy, Asar, Cade, Beef, Stew, all those guys, they haven't had much playing time together as a full unit. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what JB does, because is Duncan going to start? Because I think Duncan Robinson is a better three-point shooter than Ivey is, but we're expecting Ivey to start alongside Cade Cunningham eventually as the season goes on. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Thunder, Denver, Lakers. It's weird because, like, the Lakers, Luka is okay, Luka's on another planet. If Luka is healthy, you can't ever count out the Lakers. When LeBron gets back, it's just weird how like you got like Luka, it's his team now, but LeBron's still there. Same, I'm not saying Cade is Luka, but Cade is running the show, and then Jaden Ivey comes back, and we're going to see how they coexist together in the same offense. But when you have too many ball handlers on the floor at once, it can cause some problems on the floor. But I mean, the Thunder are going to be probably in the final. I mean, Thunder, they're going to at least get to the Western Conference Finals. If they're healthy and SGA is playing at another MVP level, which I believe he will, I don't see how the Thunder don't come out of the West. I mean, maybe the Nuggets might get them. If we get playoff Luka that we saw a couple years ago in Dallas, maybe the Lakers. But the NBA is such a star-driven league where you have to have a top 10 player in the NBA if you want to have any chance at all of sniffing a conference finals. But yeah, it's just kind of nuts. Lakers defense has been suspect. I will admit that. I don't really know who their best defender is right now on the Lakers. I still cannot believe that trade went through. I had to look at my phone like 10 times to make sure it wasn't like a hoax, the whole Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic trade. That's got to be probably the worst trade in the NBA of all time. I mean, Anthony Davis is good, sure, but you just traded a 25-year-old player who's arguably the best player in basketball coming off a finals appearance, and Anthony Davis can't stay healthy to save his life. I saw a couple reports today that the Pistons were interested in Anthony Davis. I'm like, I do not want Anthony Davis on my team. Anthony Davis is getting towards the back end of his career. He's injury prone. He can't stay healthy. He's got a broken knee, and he would cost a fortune. Like, stay away. I don't want Anthony Davis. No way. So it's very interesting. But again, like the Eastern Conference, like, Celtics, Bucks, I think are going to be in the mix. Again, like the Bucks, they're at the 10 seed right now. If Giannis is healthy in the playoffs, they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? You just got to make the dance and anything can happen. Because we've seen, I mean, like, look at, like, last year with, like, was it the Cavs, right? The Cavs had the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but then they got knocked out. So you have an 82-game season where, like, the top 6 teams, usually one of those 6 comes out of it, but then you have, like, a play-in team situation like the Pacers last year in the Eastern Conference. The Pacers shocked everyone, and they made the finals last season. So, really, it's all about just staying healthy and just getting your star players going and hitting clutch shots in the playoffs, and that's what Halliburton did, and he got them to the finals. So, absolutely crazy. And now they're talking about trading AD. Totally agree. Let the young guys cook. Right? It's like if I'm the Pistons, why in the world would I trade this young core right now? The Mavericks are going to want a lot. Lauri Markkanen's been a hot name for the Pistons, but it's like we have Tobias. Like, why would we give up a guy like Jaden Ivey, Ron Holland, and a first? You know what I mean? Like, when we have Tobias, like if Tobias wasn't on our team, we needed a stretch 4, then sure, I could see maybe Trajan Langdon going for the fences and going for a star. But again, we've also seen it collapse on numerous occasions where if you trade your entire future away for one player, cough, cough, Blake Griffin with the Pistons years ago, you're going to have maybe 1-2 years where you're going to make the playoffs, but teams that make the finals are all built through the draft. So, like, why would you trade your entire future for a guy who, again, can get injured like anybody else? And it's like, why would you risk doing that? The Magic gave up, was it 3 or 4 first rounders for Desmond Bane? Like, that's a crazy price for Desmond Bane. Like, that's what the Lakers should have gotten from the Mavericks for Luka. But, I think you're going to have, Pistons, Cavs, Knicks, Bucks, Philly, I mean, and then Toronto, you know, randomly could shock everyone, like a team like Toronto in the East. But yeah, it's kind of wide open right now. I mean, it's still a long season left to go here. There's still a lot of games left to play, but playoffs are a whole other animal. Especially in the NBA, where I feel like it's not like the NFL where it's a regular season week to week basis where there's one game a week, and these guys are playing 3-4 nights a week, and there's a lot of like load management involved in different roster constructions, and it's very rare for a player to play a full healthy season without, like, you know, taking at least a couple of games. I mean, look at Cade. You know, he was out for a couple weeks for the Pistons. So, yeah, crazy. What's up, Paulie? How you doing? Good to see you. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you stopping in. Let's go Bucks. But, I mean, again, like, you know, regular season is one thing, but seeding, it kind of matters, but it kind of doesn't in the playoffs because the stars always rise to the occasion in the playoffs. Like, nobody wants to see Giannis. You know, nobody wants to see probably the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks with Jalen Brunson. Brunson is arguably the best point guard in the East in the playoffs when the playoffs come around. You know, so, but you know, but even like the Timberwolves, like the Timberwolves and Warriors, like Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, like it, you know, all they gotta do is just make the dance. They got a best of 7 series back and forth. Injuries happen. You never know. So it's just kind of a back and forth chaos masterclass going on right now with these teams. Lakers, OKC in the finals. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that could totally happen. I think people forget, like, how good the Joker is. Like, I think Joker's the best player in the world right now, I think. I mean, you get like guys like Luka and SGA, and the whole criticism with SGA is like, oh, well, he goes to the free throw line a million times a game. And it's like, is all of his points really going and shooting the basketball, or is he a foul merchant and he just goes to the line and he averages 30 a game? But in terms of like Luka, I think is better than SGA. You know, Giannis, I think is better than SGA. Joker, I think is better than SGA. But again, he won the MVP because they had the best record, and they did win the finals. They won the finals MVP. And SGA, again, there's no discredit whatsoever. But I'm also talking about, like, if you had to pick one player right in your face, are you taking Luka? Are you taking SGA? Are you taking Joker? Are you taking Giannis? I bet you most people would lean more towards Joker, Giannis, Luka, you know, some of those guys. Coming back from the second half here, so I'm just kind of spitballing here. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, guys, let me know in the chat. Try to do the best I can to kind of, you know, get you guys some insights here. Yeah, definitely interesting. What's up, Taylor? How you doing, dude? Trade would be very disappointing at this point. The team's gelling, and a trade would be a shock. I agree. Like, there's no reason why the Pistons would make a trade. Even if the Pistons get like a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, you're still playing with house money because nobody expected a 28-game losing streak team 2 years ago would be in this position right now, let alone make the playoffs last year as a 6 seed. So I say you just develop our young core, keep building through the draft, and Trajan Langdon has proven that he can sign free agency veterans. You know, Malik Beasley last year. Duncan Robinson's been playing well. We'll see what happens with Karis LeVert. Javonte Green, I think, was a big signing for us, you know, coming off the bench. So there's not really a point for this Pistons team to make a trade. You know, if you get to the point where you're like, okay, I think we can win the finals, then you might take a swing. But kind of nuts here. Back from halftime here, start of the third quarter here, guys. 69-52 with the basketball. Jalen Duren spin move, right-handed layup is in. Count the bucket and the foul. Jalen Duren starting off us hot here with the first points of the second half here. Jalen Duren trying to complete a three-point play. And you almost advanced the second round. Exactly, Frank. Like, Isaiah Stewart, Jaden Ivey healthy in that playoff series last year, that's a whole different conversation. And the Knicks, Beef Stew was giving the Knicks problems. Like, in that first game, they were frustrated with him. 72-82, Jalen Duren knocks down the the free throw top of the key here. So, not too shabby. But yeah, Bucks with the basketball back the other way here, working inside to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma puts it up for the layup. 72-54 basketball game. Start of the third quarter here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Welcome to the party, folks. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. I'm going to try and give you guys as many Pistons games as I can here. Cade Cunningham, left-handed layup is blocked, but he's going to get fouled, though. Cade Cunningham's going to go to the free throw line here. 11-12 left to play here in the third quarter. Best metrics to tell a team is able to win a championship is a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense. Yeah, and the Knicks is now or never. If you're a Knicks fan, it's like, how do you not make the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone get out of the East? You got Brunson, Cat, OG. Like, there's no excuse for the Knicks to not do anything this year. Cade knocks down the first free throw, but you see what I'm saying though, like. It's an 82-game season, and when you get to a best-of-7 series, Cade knocks down the second free throw, you get to a best-of-7 series 4 times in the playoffs. I mean, that's a lot of basketball to play. So, a lot can happen here. Miles Turner back the other way gets fouled here by Asar Thompson coming off the screen. Oh, yeah, for sure, David. Like, I've been a Pistons fan forever. I remember, like, the 2004 team. I was 5 years old, seeing the parade on my TV with Ben Wallace, Rasheed, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey, like, all those guys. And, we made the Eastern Conference Finals, like, consistently with that team, the go-in-the-work Pistons. Tobias with the rebound by Portis off the mark here. Back the other way, Cade Cunningham working on Kyle Kuzma. Cade back outside at Tobias, top of the key here. Duncan Robinson thought about a three, works it back outside to Cade. Cade inside to Duren. Duren working on Miles Turner, and Duren's going to get called for a travel here, and it's going to be turned over back to the Bucks. 74-54 basketball game here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I'll keep doing these Pistons games. I love doing them. I don't really see any Pistons, like, play-by-play analysis. Commentators. There's Locked On Pistons. Koo does a great job. I like his content. Bucks knock it down here, 56-74. Cade with the basketball back the other way. Cade working inside. Spin move back outside Tobias for 3. Tobias knocks it down from the right wing. Tobias Harris hits a huge jump shot. 77-56 Pistons. 10 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Asar working on Rollins. Rollins top of the key, swings it back outside to Kyle Kuzma from the left wing for 3. Off the mark. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Back the way for the Pistons. Cade with the basketball, top of the key, working on Kyle Kuzma. Outside Tobias. Tobias inside Jalen Duren. Duren under the basket. Right-handed hook. Layup is good. Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson locked up LeBron in that playoff series against the Cavs. If you want to go back and watch that, to be fair, we got swept by LeBron, but in that playoff series, Stanley Johnson, I thought, was the truth at one point. Back outside, missed by Bobby Portis, back the other way for the Pistons. Didn't Stanley Johnson end up in the Raptors or somewhere? I don't even know where he's at right now. I think he played for the Raptors at one point. Cade, tough, leaning, jump shot is good to go. Cade's fired up with the SAR. Going to the bench, and the Pistons take a 25-point lead. You are watching a team right now that has chemistry up the wazoo. And this team, I cannot wait till the playoffs start. This team can just go nuclear. You are witnessing such a great young core in the Eastern Conference. And hopefully Trajan Langdon keeps it that way, and he doesn't do anything stupid at the deadline, so we'll see. He played for us for 2 years after the Pistons. We lost Kawhi and got Stanley. Stanley Johnson, I thought, was going to be legit for us. When we drafted him, I think we took him, I think he was a top 10 pick in the first round, I think. Yeah, I love Stanley Johnson. He was a beast. Like, his first couple seasons with the Pistons, he was legit. And you're seeing Asar Thompson, like, I thought Asar Thompson was going to be Stanley Johnson. I thought I was expecting Stanley Johnson to be the type of player that Asar is now. Kind of a great defender, 3-and-D type of player that can create his own shot. But I think Stanley's been with a bunch of different teams. But I would not trade Ausar for anybody right now. Ausar Thompson, when he is such a nice, intriguing young player for this Pistons team. And you saw he was going to work against Jalen Brunson, had that tough ask. I mean, his first ever playoff series, his second season in the NBA. And granted, he was like out for a while with that blood clot, and he got back healthy, and he was locking up arguably the best guard in the Eastern Conference in Jalen Brunson in that playoff series. Now, Brunson made some tough shots, sure, but he made some big plays against the Knicks in that series there. Yeah, that's right. We took Stanley Johnson over Booker, champion. I remember that. Oh, my gosh, dude. Can you imagine Devin Booker with Cade? Oh, my goodness, dude. That's right. We took him over Devin Booker. I forgot about that. Pistons could not draft to save their lives. I mean, I can't even tell you how many busts. Before the Pistons drafted Cade, we had bust after bust after bust after bust for so many freaking years. It was laughable to watch. Absolutely insane. Bucks need a shooting guard. Yeah, I mean, Chris Middleton was a phenomenal piece the Bucks had for that championship team they had. Chris Middleton was a beast. Ended up all the way around to the Wizards. He has no ceiling. He's going to be an astronomical. I mean, I think Ausar is the real deal. He's only going to get better. If he can create his own jump shot, it is over for the league. When you have a guy like Cade running the offense with him and Durham, Ausar is a gem. And the crazy thing is Bobby Portis puts it up and in. Back from commercial break. The crazy thing about that draft was the Pistons got screwed in the lottery that year. We had the worst record in basketball. Duncan Robinson hits a 3 there. 84-58 Pistons. What's up, Jimmy? Bobby Portis is in pain on the floor. Hopefully Bobby Portis is all right. That was the Victor draft, right? Yeah, that was the Victor draft. Pistons got 5, the third year in a row. Victor, that was the Victor draft. Victor went 1 because we had Cade that first year, and then we got screwed again. We got Ivey. And the following year, we got Ausar, and then the year after that, we got Ron Holland at 5. So considering the fact that the Pistons got screwed at 5, I mean, obviously, everybody would have loved to get Wemby, but Ausar at 5 ain't bad. He's been a very good player for us. Yeah, Ivey and Duran, yeah, that was right. That was part of that draft. That was the Paolo draft. Yeah, Paolo went 1 in that draft. And we got Ivey at 5, and then Weaver traded up and took Duran from the Hornets. I saw a graphic online. The Hornets have had a notorious case of fumbling players in the draft. When they drafted SGA and they traded the pick away. They drafted Kobe. Lakers scooped it up. And now I'm not saying Duran is nowhere near those players, but they did the same thing with Jalen Duran, where they had the pick and the Pistons traded up and they got Duran out of it. So yeah, it's freaking crazy. We're in a commercial break right now. Hopefully Bobby Porter's God bless him. Hopefully Bobby is all right. Bobby Portis is okay. Yeah, Ivey and Durham was a phenomenal draft. I mean that and it's really unfortunate because Weaver, he put together this team. If you look at the nucleus of this team, he did a phenomenal job drafting. But it was free agency that he just completely crashed and burned on. I mean, he had he called it a day when he signed okay, let's go grab Joe Harris. Yeah, some of these moves that he made, were just kind of ridiculous. But when he was trading draft picks away and he gave it up, he was doing pretty solid. But again, when you had Cade Cunningham, who his best player in his rookie season was with Jeremy Grant of all things, I cannot believe the Blazers gave Jeremy Grant that contract when Jeremy Grant left the Pistons, but crazy. We gave the first for Jacob Podol, which became Rob Dillingham. Gotcha. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. But, like, am I crazy to say that this team has a chance to make the Eastern Conference Finals? If Cade takes over and continuously plays like a top 5 player in the NBA, which I think he is, who's to say with no Pacers, no Celtics, you know, I mean, sure, we're gonna have to get by the Bucks and the Cavs and the Sixers and the Knicks, but Eastern Conference Finals is that a legit? I mean, look at this team. We might win our 12th game in a row this year. If this team stays healthy and Ivey takes a huge step in a contract year and he can average 25 and 5 with Cade running the floor. Look at Jalen Duren is borderline an all-star player right now. Jalen Duren is playing out of his mind. And the crazy thing with Duren is like, okay, let's see how Jalen Duren plays without Cade. Cade misses a couple games ago, and Duren was in the game, and Duren had like 25 and 15 that night. So it's just crazy. Dennis Jenkins has been phenomenal. He's been a perfect backup to Cade. I was upset. I thought the Pistons should have re-signed and brought back Dennis Schroeder. That was a guy I would have loved to bring back because he was huge for us in the playoffs. A couple big points against plays in the game against the Knicks, the last playoff series. So, yeah, definitely interesting. Coming back from commercial break here, Bucks with the basketball. Rollins kind of elbowed Asar in the face. It's going to be an offensive foul here. They're going to see if it's a flagrant foul here, I believe, on the sidelines to make sure nothing fishy's going on. But, yeah, absolutely crazy. But, you know, Pistons could be this year's Pacers. You know, like... it's nuts to say. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because, like, it is still a long season ahead for the Pistons, but if this team continues to develop, takes an extra step, we're going to only get better. You got a guy like Beef Stew, who is our modern-day version of Bill Laimbeer, who just does not give a crap about anybody standing in his way. You need a guy like that on your team. You know, I think JB Bickerstaff has these guys all bought in. You know, there is a lot to be excited about for this Pistons core coming up. So yeah, Beasley was a beast, Paulie. Because Beasley was a former Buck. The Pistons got him from the Bucks. Come back the other way, turned over by the Bucks. K with the basketball here, trying to inbound the pass. Pacers had a champion as their second best player. Experience is key. Cavs in Orlando. Back outside Tobias from the corner for three. Tobias hits a huge hoop. 87-58 Pistons. We are currently up 29 points in the Milwaukee Bucks on the road. What is happening? 8 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. This is our starting five. Yeah, like, this is crazy to watch. We are on the brink of winning our 12th straight game in a row. Miles Turner under the basket here. He's going to get fouled by Asar, count the bucket and the foul. Miles Turner's going to go to the free throw line and complete the three-point play. But again, it looks weird right now because, again, you're going to have teams rise and fall throughout the year. You're going to have injuries that happen, but you're going to have teams like the Cavs, the Magic are on the rise. You're going to have, like, when it comes playoff time, like Knicks and Brunson turns it up with Cat and OG. But, you know, if you have Cade Cunningham on your team and he's on his A game, I don't think I would rather have anybody in the East over Cade right now. You know, Asar working inside baseline, back outside to Cade. Cade thought about a three, working inside, almost turned it over, gets it blocked by the Bucks. Back the other way, here comes the Bucks to full court here. Rollins with the basketball, working inside on Durham. Thought about a mid-range jump shot. Back outside to Miles Turner. Turner working inside to Duren. Turner puts it up and in. 87-63 basketball game. Appreciate you, BD. Thanks, dude. I cannot wait to call the playoff games, dude. It's going to be freaking insane. Dude, I can't wait to call playoff games. Duncan Robinson from the right wing gets it to go. Duncan Robinson has been lights out from the three-point line in this game. 90-63 basketball game. Pistons take a 27-point lead here. Duren, Cade, Asar, Harris, and Robinson on the floor here for the Pistons. But that's just it. Like, do you guys think we should start Jaden Ivey over Duncan? Or do you think Duncan should start with Cade and Ivey comes off the bench? I honestly personally think it'd be really interesting to see Ivey run the offense in the second unit with like Dennis Jenkins and Beef Stew, Karis LeVert, Paul Reed. Paul Reed is another guy I absolutely love on this team. He should definitely get more playing time. He's been huge for us as a phenomenal depth piece for the Pistons this year. Back inside, 90-63 basketball game. Duncan Robinson inside to Cade. Cade working on Miles Turner, trying to get to Duren inside. Duren off the mark, no good. Bucks back the other way with the basketball here. Cole Anthony with the basketball guarded by Cade. Cole Anthony rejected by Beef Stew. Duncan Robinson to full court with Cade. Cade running the fast break. Cade turns it over back the other way for the Bucks. AJ Green with the basketball. Green back outside to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony works it all around to Bobby Portis. Portis working inside on Cade. Cade to Miles Turner. Turner for three. Turner hits it to go. Huge shoot from Miles Turner for three. Health is key, though, in the playoffs. No doubt about it. But you need a top 10 player in the playoffs to have any chance, and Pistons have one. And when you have one, anything can happen. Jalen Duren spinning around lefty layup is good. How about the post game from Jalen Duren working inside on Miles Turner, spinning around left-handed layup, count the bucket and the foul. God, Jalen Duren, he just turned 22 years old. And I remember, even myself included, was like, oh, did we trade Jalen Duren? We drafted him when he was freaking 18, 19 years old. I don't know. He can't really play defense. He has no post game. He's kind of, shaky with the jump shot. He has been one of the most improved Pistons I've seen so far. Jalen Duren has been he is a borderline an all-star right now. Duren, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's going to get the 16th point here. 93-66. What's up, Will? Yeah, Holland, he's going to only get better. He's still, his second season with the Pistons. But he's starting to come into his groove here. Bucks knocked down the 3 here. Jackson with the 3 here, 93-69 Pistons. What's going on, Dakota? How you doing? K with the basketball, top of the key. Duren sets the screen here. K thought about a 3. Working inside, jump shot, no good. Miles Turner with the rebound. Back Anthony back the other way. Here come the Bucks. Bucks with the basketball, pushing full court against Cade Cunningham. Cole Anthony works it back outside here. Cade on Cole Anthony, right wing. Cole Anthony gives it up to Jackson for a floater, no good. Duren with the rebound. Pistons back the other way. Cade to full court. Cade with the basketball, working on AJ Green. Cade working on a smaller AJ Green. Posting him up. Double team to Cade. Jump shot, turn away. Floater is no good. AJ Green stolen away by Duncan. It's going to be out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Bucks. Giannis is not playing for the Bucks in this game. No Giannis and no Kevin Porter for the Bucks in this one tonight. Bucks are having Pistons have a full healthy starting 5. You have Cade, Ivey, Tobias, Duren, Duncan Robinson. Ivey checks back into the game here for the Pistons. Love to see Ivey back on the floor here. Karis LeVert, top of the key, working on Cole Anthony. Anthony thought about a lob. Beef Stew else checks into the game here for the Pistons. Miles Turner from the corner. 3 is good. Miles Turner knocks it down. 93-72 Pistons. 4:35 left to play here in the third quarter. Inside of Jalen Duren. It's going to be out of bounds. Going to stay here, though, at the Pistons. Knocked off of the Bucks lastly. So the Pistons have a game on Monday. I want to say I think it's the Pacers. They got the Pacers Monday, and they got the Celtics the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we're going to do the broadcast for the Celtics game Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday is tough for me because I'm on a bowling league, so it kills me that I can't do those games, but I usually do the shorts. 75 hits it to go. AJ Green with a huge hoop. 93-75 basketball game. Bucks cut the deficit down to 18. NBA leads can change so sporadically throughout the game, so you got to be careful to not let teams go on like these 9, 10, 11-0 runs here. Appreciate you, Paulie. Thank you, dude. That means a lot, man. Appreciate you, Paulie. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. If you guys are new, hit the follow button, whatever platform you guys are watching on. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Usually I do a lot of shorts form content, but I'm doing these play-by-play streams. I love the basketball streams because they're a lot more fast-paced. I can say more stuff. With football streams, there's like, okay, there's a first down pass, then there's like a 30-second break, then there's a timeout review, then you got to kind of wait for the next play to start. They're still in the huddle. They're still talking about stuff. With this, it's like back and forth, constant madness going on. So, it's absolutely crazy. But I cannot wait to call this team in the playoffs. This Pistons team is going to be so fun to watch. I don't see how we don't make the playoffs. I mean, they're on the brink of a 12-game winning streak. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference. And it would have to take a lot for this team to go in the opposite direction. But you're starting to see this team just shine into their own. And this young core has just been so fun to watch the past couple seasons. Going back to last season, yeah, LCA has been rocking for the Pistons, all season long. I mean, literally, like, every little player has been huge for us. Like, Dennis Jenkins, out of nowhere, crazy improvement. Jalen Duren's borderline becoming Dwight Howard 2.0 in front of our faces. Cade Cunningham's playing like an MVP player right now. Beef Stew, one of the best rim protectors in the NBA right now. Asar Thompson becoming one of the best two-way players in the NBA, one of the best defenders in the NBA, and this team is still super young. So, I mean, the sky's the absolute limit for this Pistons team. Cade Cunningham with the basketball back the other way, guarded by AJ Green. Cade with the basketball on the right corner, back outside to Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey driving to the hole, back outside to Karis LeVert for three. Karis LeVert hits it to go, count the bucket and the foul. Karis LeVert, huge three-pointer, and Karis LeVert has a chance to get a 4-point play here. Karis LeVert, the Michigan man himself with Duncan Robinson, teammates at Michigan, and they have been solid so far. Need them off the bench here. Karis LeVert knocks down the three, hits it to go, and is going to be going to the free throw line for a 4-point play. Off the mark here. Pistons have 48-1 opportunities this season. That's tied third most in the NBA right now. AJ Green, top of the key, turn around for three, good. AJ Green's been balling out for the Milwaukee Bucks. The guy can shoot, man. 96-78 basketball game. AJ Green's got 15 points. He's 5 for 9 from three. Cade with the basketball. Beef suits us the screen. Cade Cunningham working off the screen. Gets it to go. Cade Parker Cunningham from the left wing. And the Pistons take a 21-point lead here. 3 minutes left to play. Cade with 22 points, 9 assists, 6 boards. He's 3 for 4 from three. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Cade has been playing on a whole other level this year. Miles Turner from the corner for three on the way is off the mark here. Cade with the basketball back the other way for the Pistons. Cade to full court. Cade for three. Heat check. No good. Off the mark here. The same spot he shot the first free three from. Off the mark here, though. 2:41 left to play here in the third quarter. Pistons are in the bonus. Yeah, I mean, Thunder, Nuggets, I mean, you might have, like, the Spurs, and Victor might become, like, crazy in the playoffs for his first postseason experience. Cade checks out of the game here for the Pistons. Yeah, it's just been, it's been crazy. But again, like, you look at all the past NBA championship teams, almost every single one of them has been built through the draft. You have to hit on your draft picks because there's no other way to do it. Because the trade asking price is the most expensive out of any pro sports league, right? Like, if you want a star player, you're going to have to give up 3 first-round picks at a minimum. Compared to the NFL, we're like, okay, a second rounder is pretty high. Third rounders are usually pretty high. Very rarely first rounders get traded in the NFL. But in the NBA, it happens all the time. If you want a star player, because again, it's the most star-driven league out of all 4 of the pro sports teams. And if you don't have a top 10 player, you're screwed. And the only way to do it is you got to hit the lottery and you got to have the ping pong ball bounce in your favor, which I don't really agree with because, cough, cough, the Mavs get Cooper flagged somehow. Jaden Ivey, baseline jump shot is good. Jaden Ivey gets it to go. 101-78 Pistons. Back the other way here for the Bucks. 2:08 left to play here in the third quarter. AJ Green top of the key, guarded by Jaden Ivey. AJ Green for 3 once again. AJ Green off the mark. It's going to be boarded by the Bucks. Going to stay on the floor, though. It's going to be a foul call on the Pistons. But the NBA is fun when your team's good. If your team isn't good, it's hard to watch. And I had to go through it, and Pistons fans had to go through it 2 years ago when this team lost 28 games in a row. Okay? It was very rough as a Pistons fan to watch. It was comically laughable to see that team go through 28 straight losses. You know how ridiculous that is to watch your team lose 28 games in a row? Absolutely abysmal. And Pistons fans deserve this. It's been remarkable the last couple seasons. What Trajan Lane and JB Bickerstaff has done, it's been phenomenal. Jaden Ivey to the hole, gets it to... he's going to go to the free throw line. He get foul call going left. So Jaden Ivey's going to go to the stripe here and knock down a pair of free throws. I really like this Pistons team. It kind of has shades of the going to work Pistons and a flair of the bad boys at the same time, where, you got your Bill Laimbeer-ish type of player in Beef Stew. You got your Isaiah Thomas-esque player in Cade Cunningham. But again, a lot of disrespect because people didn't know the potential that this team could become because they were so super young. Jaden Ivey misses the first free throw here. He's going to go try to get the second one down here. But again, to be fair, and this is a rational Pistons fan speaking this, I want to see us play a healthy Laker team, a healthy Spurs team, another healthy Cavs team again, because we got obliterated by the Cavs. Jaden Ivey gets the second free throw down to go. 1:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, the Thunder are probably going to come out of the West again. The Thunder have a couple first round picks this year too. It's been phenomenal. Their GM is insane. Bucks for 3 gets it to go here. 102-81 basketball game. Pistons back the other way. 1 minute left to play here in the third quarter. Ryan Rollins has got 12 points, 6 assists. Karis LeVert top of the key for 3. No good. Bucks the other way. Ryan Rollins to full court, guarded by Jaden Ivey. Ivey working on Rollins, driving baseline, back outside to the Bucks. Gary Trent with the floater hits it to go here for the Bucks. 102-83 Pistons. Right. And it's no disrespect to SGA. He's a great player. But in terms of one-on-one, do you want Luka? Do you want the Joker? You want Giannis? You want SGA? I don't know how many people would pick SGA out of those 4. One-on-one talent-wise. There's no disrespect to him. He's coming off of a finals MVP win. Ron Holland puts it up to go. 104-83 Pistons. But I guess you could say the same thing about any team. If their best player gets hurt, it's tough for them to, excel. 15 seconds left to play. But, the Thunder are just so well, set up for many years to come. I mean, they're going to be... They have so many freaking draft picks for the next, 5 years. It's ridiculous. That trade that the Clippers made for Paul George is going to go down as one of the most expensive trades ever. I mean, Clippers gave up the entire farm to get Paul George, and it just so happened to be that SGA was a future MVP winner, and they also got 1 million picks out of that trade. I mean, the Thunder don't make that trade. The Thunder aren't nearly in the spot they are right now. That's going to go down as again, a crazy Crazy trade. 104-84. Rollins knocks down the first free throw. Yeah, it's but again, like, why are you trading so many picks for one guy? I won't ever stand it. Ever. Knocks down the second free throw here. Pistons back the other way. 12 seconds left to play here in the third quarter, which is more of a closer game here. I love calling close basketball games. Karis LeVert, right side, back outside to Holland for three off the mark here, and that's going to take us to the fourth quarter. Commercial break underway here. Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein are your bigs. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything. I mean, you guys did win the finals last year. So you guys are set up very nicely, and you know they're going to be in the mix. They're probably the best team in the West, and they're going to be coming out of it again, assuming they stay healthy. So, yeah, it's just been absolutely great, and that's just it, Frank. Like, you're giving up your whole future and all those chances to hit on an all-star player in the draft. I just spilled water all over the floor. That's my favorite. Oh, that's really nice. I can't tell you how many times I've spilled water on the ground. Problem is, I have this cup in my hand, and all my equipment is on my desk, so I don't want to put the cup on my desk because I'm afraid I'm going to knock the cup off, and then there's water all over my cables and my computer and monitors. So I put it on the floor, but the problem is if I lean back and I, like, put my chair backwards, I sometimes knock my cup off the ground, and that's really nice. It's only a little bit of water. We'll be fine. Yeah, Thunder are set up nicely. But, yeah, you take a look at the East is wide open. Eastern Conference, I can't confidently say who's going to come out of the East. But I will say, you know, there's an opportunity for the Pistons to really make some noise this year in the playoffs. But again, that being said, playoffs are a whole other animal, you know, so when you get your star players performing well, it's basically whose star player is better in the playoffs. Because you can go all this regular season stuff throughout the year, but there is a different atmosphere that happens in the playoffs that you can't really quite explain. So, yeah, these contractors keep going up with these max contracts. It's insane. Jalen Duren definitely is going to get a max deal in the offseason. Jaden Ivey, I really don't know. I really don't know what we're going to do with Jaden Ivey. Thunder Pistons, that'd be crazy. I mean, I want to believe it. I think the Cavs and the Knicks, when it comes to playoffs and experience, I'm probably leaning more towards Cavs and Knicks. But I hope I'm wrong, because this Pistons team could definitely do it. But we're so still super young that we're trying. I mean, a lot of these guys do have a playoff experience under their belt, a playoff year under their belt. So you never know. I mean, but I think 2-3 years, you could definitely see the Pistons come out of the East. Back outside for the corner for three, no good, boarded by Jalen Duren. Start of the fourth quarter here for the Pistons. Duren with the basketball, back the other way, spin move, gets it back around. He's going to turn it over, though. Bucks the other way here. Rollins for three on the right wing, slammed home by Jackson, but it looks like it's going to be called as a goaltending, so no basket here. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. Rockets are interesting. I mean, again, like KD, you know, Şengün, they perform in the playoffs in the West. The West is such a whole other animal than the East is. Because literally you have 3 MVP players in the West. I mean, Luka, SGA, the Joker, Wemby even I would put 4. Western Conference is just freaking crazy, dude. Like there's just so many more stars in the West. Like it's crazy. And it is cool. They're doing I think they're doing a USA versus the world game this year in the All-Star game, which is going to be kind of fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, if you talk about world versus USA, world I think is dominating USA right now. I mean, you've got Luka, Giannis, Victor, Joker, SGA is even Canadian there's not really, and the crazy thing too is U.S. Olympic team has just been dominant every Olympics in the Olympics, winning gold medal after gold medal. But if you took a best of 7 series, USA players versus world players, I think the world clears the US by a lot. So that'd be a really interesting 2K simulation type deal. Would the world stars win, or would the US stars win in a best of 7? But it's crazy to think because you're talking about the 2028 Olympic team where Cade Cunningham could legit be the starting point guard for the USA team in 2028. That's crazy. What's up, Jay? Hey, Bobby Portis, he did get shaken up earlier in the first half. I have not heard an update, though, if he is going to return or not. I would assume he's going to be probably sidelined the rest of the game. So, yeah, absolutely crazy. But last Olympics was actually really darn close. USA almost lost both medal rounds. That is true. If you take a look at that France game, France was giving it to us in the gold medal game. Victor, that France team was good. Yeah, they had some players, Sam. No doubt about it. And then I think that the semifinal game beforehand, that was against, was it Joker? I think it was. They were giving it to us as well. So it's Serbia, right? It was Serbia and then France. Yeah, semifinals and the finals. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that was crazy. Well, Cade was an all-star last year. He's definitely going to be an all-star this year. There's no question about it. Cade working inside to Jalen Duren. Duren is going to get fouled here under the basket. He's going to go to the free throw line. Yeah, Serbia was in the semifinals. There's a lot of good international players in the NBA. I'm probably picking the world is going to beat the US in that series. Yeah, there's just more talent, I think, overall. Jalen Duren, first free throw on the way is no good, off the mark here. Sorry, I got to get rid of this commercial break. Yeah, I was hoping this game would be more closer. It was back and forth for a bit, but then the Pistons kind of took over. USA versus the World All-Star would be pretty cool. I think the world would win. Yeah, I think Adam Silver's doing some kind of format this year in the All-Star game. I think it's a little competition they're going to do. All-Star game is kind of a joke, though. If you take a look at the All-Star game in the 80s and 90s versus now, it's not even close. They actually played a basketball game. Now it's these guys chuck up threes and barely play defense. And they just walk up and down the court. It's kind of ridiculous. Floater no good from the Bucks. Javonte Green with the rebound. Cade Cunningham with the basketball back the other way. Cade with the basketball top of the key. Gets it to Duren. Duren, little two-man game here. He's going to be fouled by the Bucks. Pistons are approaching the bonus here. Yeah, the All-Star game has definitely gotten way softer. It's still a cool honor to get it, but in terms of the actual game itself, it's just come on. They should make an incentive for the All-Star game for these guys. Javonte Green trying to get it backdoor pass to Cade, no good. Stolen away from Jalen Duren, back the other way for the Bucks. Count the bucket and the foul. Gary Harris with the three-point play potentiality for the Bucks here. Adam Silver just throws stuff at a wall and hopes some of it sticks. Yeah, exactly. I think David Stern probably was a better commissioner, he kind of built the NBA to what it was now, but Adam Silver takes over when Stern passed away, and it's just been kind of, I don't know, like, sometimes I watch the NBA and it's great, and sometimes I watch and I'm like, I'd rather watch paint dry. Gary Harris, Spartan legend, gets the free throw to go. Braun was a big contributor to it. Yeah, but then you had like these super teams forming. You know, there wasn't really super teams back then. They was mostly built through the draft. But now, yeah, LeBron did start that era, and then KD goes to the Warriors, and then, you know, nobody's safe. Cade turnaround jump shot fadeaway is good. Cade Cunningham, you can't touch him. You can only hope to contain him. He's got 24 points, 9 assists, 7 boards tonight. 10 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bucks with the basketball back the other way. Gary Trent Jr. for 3 from the corner is good for the Bucks. 107-91. I mean, they're cutting it down to 16 here. 9:30 left to play here. Jenkins with the basketball, working inside underneath the rim. Loses it. Stolen away by the Bucks. Back the other way, here come the Milwaukee Bucks here. Pistons have 12 turnovers. Bucks have 15 turnovers. That's going to be an offensive foul against Jericho Sims trying to set the hard screen on Ron Holland. It's going to be Pistons basketball going back the other way. Yeah, no, it's definitely changed throughout the years for sure. 9:19 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. What's going on, everyone? 2004 game. Yeah, I think the second they stopped wearing their own jerseys, it all kind of turned. Cade Cunningham, count the bucket and the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line. Another three-point opportunity for Cade Cunningham. This guy is just untouchable when he's on his game. The thing I love about Cade the most is he's always looking to get his teammates involved first. And that's just, he can shoot the three. He can get any shot on the floor he wants. His mid-range jump shot is elite. He can get to the rim when he wants to. And he just takes over and gets every teammate involved. There is no, I don't think I would trade Cade for anybody in the NBA right now. Cade's got 26 points right now. He's about to be 27 with this free throw here. 27 points for Cade Parker Cunningham. 110-91 here. Cade, a huge hoop here. 27, 7, and 9 for Cade. Bucks back the other way here. Rollins from the baseline jump shot is good. 110-93 here. Just under 9 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Cade with the basketball to full court here. Duncan Robinson sets the screen. It's one-on-one. Gary Harris, Cade Cunningham. Cade behind the back, working right side baseline, posting up. Inside to Ron Holland. Ron Holland gets it to go. It's another assist for Cade Cunningham. 112-93. 8:27 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pistons 112, Bucks 93. Back the other way for the Pistons. Rollins off the mark here. No good. Gets his own rebound. Back outside. Stolen away here by Tobias Harris. Cade to full court. It's 3-on-1. Ron Holland all the way to the rim. It's going to be put in. It's going to be foul. It's going to be a foul called on Jackson. Fans are upset. They thought it was all ball. Ron Holland went right at Jackson. Yeah, they might challenge this here. Let's see this replay again. Jackson went up and met Ron Holland at the rim here. Yeah, I mean, he got body. I mean, like, he did get ball, but he met his body first in the air. Ron Holland, first free throw off the rim. No good. 8:11 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Ron Holland, he's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like the live stream, subscribe if you guys are new. What's going on, everyone? Pistons 112, Bucks 93. Ron Holland, second free throw off the mark here. He misses both free throws. What's up, Marijo? How you doing? What's going on? Bucks with the basketball back the other way here. Ron Holland guarding on Rollins. Back to Jackson. Jackson working on Tobias, top of the key. Back to Rollins for 3, top of the key. No good. It's going to be a foul called on Cade. It's going to stay here with the Bucks. Yeah, we got to hit our free throws for sure. So it's going to stay here with Milwaukee. Pistons are up 19 with 7:45 left to play here. We got to be careful, though, because, again, Bucks, I mean, any team in the NBA can instantly go on like a 10-11-0 run like there's no tomorrow. It can happen so fast in the NBA, so you got to be careful here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? 2-hour mark into this basketball game here. Bucks back outside to Jackson for 3. Top of the key is no good. There's going to be a foul called under the rim, though, on Isaiah Stewart. Pistons are still in the bonus here. There's 7:39 left to play here in the fourth quarter. What's up, P. Pord? What's going on? Kuzma, yeah, he's on the bench right now. He didn't get injured. He just hasn't checked into the game yet. So 7:33 left to play here. Rollins for 3, guarded by Asar. Off the mark here. Pistons with the rebound here. Tobias Harris with the back the other way. Cade Cunningham to full court. Cade is going to get called for a kicked ball off of the Bucks. It's going to stay here with Detroit. Thunder play the Pistons on February. It's on a Wednesday. Cool. Yeah, AJ Green currently is not on the floor for the Bucks right now. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everybody? Cade Cunningham to full court here. Cade on the left wing here, going to work inside to Asar. Asar back outside Tobias Harris. Corner 3 jump shot is pure. Tobias Harris from the right corner knocks it down. 115-93. Leads can no longer be considered safe in a 3-point league. 20-point league can evaporate. No, I agree for sure, Frank, 100%. Bucks off the mark here. Cade Cunningham with the rebound. Back the other way here to full court. Cade, Beef Stew setting the screen, working 2-man game. Beef Stew back to Cade. What a beautiful play there. Beef Stew and Cade working together under the rim in the paint. Cade gave it up to Beef Stew. Beef Stew gave it back to Cade. Cade with a nice, easy layup. Cade's got 29 points, 8 boards, 10 assists. Easy slam for Cade Cunningham there. Pistons 117, Bucks 93. 6:43 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pistons are on a 7-0 run. Rollins to full court here, guarded by Asar. Sims sets a screen here. Back outside to Jackson, who's working on Tobias, top of the key. Floater for Jackson. No good, gets his own rebound. Right side here for Gary Harris working on Tobias Harris. Gary Harris working inside of Jackson. Jackson floater, good for the Bucks. 117-95 here. Pistons take a 22-point lead with 6 minutes left to play here in this game. Cade for 3 from the right wing. No good, boarded by Sims. Rollins with the basketball back the other way for the Bucks. Top of the key working on Asar Thompson. Inside for the paint. Back outside to Jackson. Swerves it around to Rollins, who's working on Beef Stew. Rollins hits a huge hoop. Step back 3. Bucks are cutting it down here. 19-point game with 5:30 left to play here. Bucks turn it over from Cade. 5:30 back to play here. Bucks with the basketball. Rollins with the top of the key working on Cade. Cade trying to swerve on Rollins. Rollins comes off the screen here. Top of the key. 3. No good. Asar with the rebound. Pistons come back the other way with the basketball. 5:13 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Asar Thompson gets it back to Duncan. Duncan, top of the key for 3. No good. 5 minutes left to play here in the basketball. Bucks to full court. Pistons are in the bonus here. 5 minutes exactly left to play here. Rollins with the basketball, top of the key, working on Asar Thompson. Working inside to Jackson. Swings it around to Gary Harris for 3. Hits it to go. Harris hits a 3. 16-point game. I'm sorry, it's Gary Trent. Trent hit that 3 there. So 117-101. Pistons up 16. Bucks are on an 8-0 run here. Commercial break coming up for the Pistons. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Like and subscribe. If you guys are new, we're also live on Facebook and Twitch. It's Sheer Sports on Facebook if you guys want to drop a follow over there. And, yeah, we're going to try and do as many Pistons games as we can. Pistons play the Pacers, I think, on Monday. They play the Celtics on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Definitely going to do that game. So, looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys all have a good Thanksgiving next week. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the stream, do me a favor. Like the live stream. Subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's up? College basketball, it has to be the early 2000s OU men's team. Kevin, Bookout, Price, Johnson, Heskett. Interesting. Never heard of that team. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, appreciate you guys all being here. What's going on, everyone? I know Blake Griffin played for Oklahoma. Music, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Try to do the best I can to answer everybody throughout the stream. They made the Final Four 2002. I was 3 years old. Sounds cool, though. But yeah, I mean, Pistons are on the brink of their 12th straight win in the NBA. I mean, this is ridiculous to see. From especially how young this team is. They're the highest team in basketball right now. And we could very well beat the Pacers Monday. Pacers are going to bring it, though. They got some nice young talent still over there. I mean, they did come off a finals appearance. They don't have Miles Turner or, Halliburton still injured. But, yeah, this team can definitely ball out. But, yeah, man, come playoff time, I cannot wait to call this team, man. I mean, you talk about an MVP caliber player in Cade Cunningham. You got one of the best young centers in the NBA right now in Jalen Duren. You've got Asar Thompson, who's becoming one of the best defenders in the NBA right now. Beef Stew, one of the best rim protectors. Tobias Harris, a solid stretch for, I think he's got, is this his last year of his deal? I think he signed a 2-year deal last year with us. So he's got one more one more year. So we got to make a decision on Tobias. So yeah, looking forward to it though, dude. Just don't do anything stupid at the deadline. Like, there's no point in trading anybody right now. Like, just keep growing and building through the draft. There is no need for you to do anything stupid and give away your future. Tobias gets fouled. Tobias is going to go to the free throw line here. Come back from commercial break. Pistons 117, Bucks 101. 4:33 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Tobias, first free throw, no good. Looking to put the second one up here for the Pistons. Surprised my camera has been in focus the whole night. Usually my camera is like very wishy-washy at certain points. Tobias Harris, second free throw on the way here. It is up and in. 118-101 Pistons. 4:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bucks with the basketball back the other way. Rollins working on Tobias Harris. Rollins outside here to Gary Harris. Harris thought about a three. Back to Rollins for three. He hits it to go. 118-104. 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Rollins is leading scorer right now. He's got 22 points. Pistons, Jaden Ivey back the other way. Swings it around Duncan Robinson for three, top of the key. Duncan Robinson hits it to go. Duncan Robinson has been lights out from the three-point line so far in this game, dude. 121-104. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. It's free. It helps me out. What's up? What's up, guys? Bucks with the basketball. Swings it around to Frank. Jackson for three. No good. Excuse me, not Frank. Just Jackson Jr. I got to use these Bucks names. Durant with the basketball inside to Jaden Ivey for the hoop. Nice assist from Durant to Ivey. 123-104 Pistons. 3:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bucks with the basketball. Asar working on Rollins at the top of the key. Gets it to the right wing. Back outside. Inside for the drive. And he gets it to go. Working on Asar Thompson. 17-point game. 3 minutes left to play here. Appreciate you stopping in, champion. Thanks for being here, dude. Welcome, man. Inside Tobias Harris for the slam. Nice backdoor pass cut from Tobias Harris from Jalen Duren. How about the assist merchant from Jalen Duren at the top of the key? That's our center. 2:45 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pistons 125, Bucks 106. Bucks back the other way. Jackson working on Tobias inside. Back outside to Rollins, who's guarded by Asar. Sims sets a screen. Swerves it around to Jackson. Jackson working on Duren for a floater. Gets it to go. 125-108 here. Pistons are going to take a timeout here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. I think that timeout thing is messed up. I got to make sure that timeout thing is good. Yeah, Pistons. I got to get that timeout thing situated. They only got one timeout apiece. That's the only thing I messed up here in this game. Everything else I pretty much nailed, but the timeout thing I got to get back. Good deal. All right, so we got a commercial break coming up here. Pistons are on the brink of winning 12 straight. I mean, this team has been incredibly fun to watch this year, and the sky is the limit for this young core. And you got a Coach of the Year candidate in J.D. Bickerstaff, who's done a terrific job leading the charge here for this Pistons team. And when we get to the playoffs, God forbid, please stay healthy for this team. And the sky is the limit. I mean, this team can go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, who's to say that they can't? Absolutely insane, dude. How many points for Jalen Duren, Jack? Duren, let's see here. He currently has 17. Tobias with 18, Duncan Robinson 15, Duren 17, Cade 29, Asar 6. Need AJ Green for another rebound. Interesting. What's up, ATM? 25 points, 10 assists, most consecutive games. Cade's got 6 straight games with 25 points and 10 assists. So it looks like Cade is done for the night. They looks like they got their second stringers in for both teams here. Duncan Robinson, top of the key, works it around Jalen Duren. Dennis Jenkins checks into the game here for the Pistons. 2 minutes left to play here. Jalen Duren with a little handle here. Works to the rim. He's going to get fouled and is going to go to the rim here. Jalen Duren can put it on the floor. I mean, he has a handle. Like, he is getting himself to the basket when he needs to. Absolutely crazy. 125-108. Jalen Duren, 17 points, 6 boards, 5 assists. He's shooting 70% from the field tonight, which is fantastic. Jalen Duren, first free throw on the way, is up and in. 126-108 Pistons. Pistons were off a long time. They had that back-to-back, and then they were off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're back Saturday. Chaz Lanier checks into the game here for the Pistons. Duncan Robinson sits down. He's out for the game. Duren's second free throw on the way is up and in. 127-108. 2 minutes left to play here in the game. So Cole Anthony with the basketball, working on Dennis Jenkins. Working back outside to Jackson. Thought about a three. Gets it back inside to Thanasis? Giannis's brother, Antetokounmpo. He's going to go to the free throw line here. Thanasis? How do you say Giannis's brother's first name? Thanasis? Cade's loving it on the bench here. First free throw on the way is good for the Bucks. 127-109 here. Pistons are about to get their 12th straight win in a row. this team has been so freaking fun to watch. I mean, how many games is this going to go to? Can we win 20 games in a row? I mean, this is crazy. Bucks second free throw is good for Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Paul Reed's going to go to the free throw line. Thanasis is going to be called for the foul there. If you guys are new to the stream, like the live stream, subscribe. I enjoyed doing this. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like I said, we're going to try and call as many Pistons games as we can this season. And looking forward to it, dude. What is going on? Blessed to be here. God is great. Looking forward to the season for the Pistons, man. Sky is the limit for this team. And just hopefully we can stay healthy, man. If we stay healthy, Jaden Ivey gets back into his groove of things. This team has a ton of potential. Paul Reed knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw on the way is up and in. 129-110. Bucks with the basketball here. Back the other way. Trying to burn as much time left on the clock as they can here. Bucks hit another three here. 129-113. A minute left to play here in the game. What's going on, Byron? 1:11 to play in the game. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball, top of the key here. Pistons are shooting 50% from three tonight. Paul Reed working inside, spin move, turn around, jump shot is no good. Back the other way, here come the Bucks. Bucks working backside, top of the key, swing it around for three for the Bucks, no good, boarded by Paul Reed. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball to full court here, 40 seconds left to play here. Time is winding out here for the Pistons, and it looks like the conclusion of this game is going to be 129-116 Pistons. A little bit behind. My stream usually is about 30 seconds behind here. Hits it to three. Hits it to go for the Bucks. And it looks like Amir Coffey is going to get the last bucket of this game. Pistons are going to win this one, folks. 129-116. What's going on, Black Bear? Detroit basketball. Pistons, 12 straight wins, the hottest team in the NBA, the first place Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference. We got the Indiana Pacers on the road on Monday night. Pistons Celtics play Wednesday. I'll be breaking down that game. If you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. I love you all. That's all I got for you guys tonight. 12 wins in a row for the Detroit Pistons. You love to freaking see it, man. Peace out. Adios, amigos. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Thanksgiving next week. I will see you guys on the next show. Peace.